Well, hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. Beautiful evening here. Sun's shining. It's about 72 degrees or about 20 degrees in Celsius. This video is a gun-related video. I'm going to do some shooting and I'm going to do some chatting. So I know guns aren't everybody's thing. Feel free to skip this one and come back the next time. But if you are sticking around, I appreciate it. And enjoy this video 100% ad-free, because there's not a chance in the world that I'm going to monetize this. Not going to happen. So let's look at what we got tonight. All right, first up in the holster, I have my favorite 9mm of all time. This is the Smith & Wesson M&P. This is absolutely my favorite 9mm. I just love this gun, man. Smith & Wesson does a great job. This is the first gen M&P, and the only thing I did to this gun, I did switch out the trigger. It has the Apex trigger kit, and it also has the high-vis front sight and blacked out rear. I would say this gun, I have got, without a doubt, more than 10,000, definitely 10,000 plus rounds have been through this gun, and I can tell you, I have not had one failure of any kind. This thing is just, it's just flawless, and I've shot everything through this. I mean, the cheapest steel and aluminum cased to hand loads, all the way up to the most expensive ammo. It has never failed. It's always fired. This is a fantastic, fantastic 9mm. The Bear Killer. This is my Glock 20 in 10mm auto. This thing is my favorite handgun to shoot. Period. I just love this gun, man. This thing's got some power. Thing about the 10mm, man, if you can hand load for it, or if you buy some of the really expensive ammo like Buffalo Bore or that type of stuff, this thing's got some power. I just love shooting this thing. Oh, here's a little trivia. Which military unit carries the Glock 20 in 10mm? I'll give you a hint. There's only one. There's only one military unit in the world that carries the Glock 20 in 10mm. I'll give you the answer in a little bit. All right. Finally, I have the baby brother to my 9mm. This is the M&P 22. I brought this out because this is just an amazing 22. And a lot of people are always asking me about 22 pistols, because finding one that works and works well isn't always easy. This works well. This is a nice pistol, and it just shoots flawlessly, and I'll talk more about that later. I also brought out the Marlin 1895 in 45-70 government. This thing is a beast. Little trivia on this gun. This was made famous in what movie? I'll tell you right now, this was made famous in Jurassic World. Apparently the only rifle that's certified to take down a moose, bear, or a T-Rex. And that thing kicks like a rented mule. Wow. .405 grain projectile. Smoking along at about 2,000 feet per second. This thing's got some oomph. Okay, that's my first 2 shots at 25 yard. Now I'm going to move this out to 50 and see how we do. Okay, this was 50 yards. So that was that one, and that one were 50. And that was me. I knew as soon as I touched the trigger that that was a flyer. So, okay, that's not bad. 50, 50, 50. It's all right in there. Now I'll move it out to 100. The thing about the 45-70, it's a relatively close range rifle, and the iron sights, well, it gets tricky out to 100 yards. Still, I didn't do too bad here, but it did. I could have done better. All right, let's see how I did. This was all a 100. That was 100. That one down there was 100 yards. And you expect the 45-70, because it's such a heavy round, you expect it to drop down. It's going to drop a few inches at 100 yards. The maximum range of this rifle, I mean, even with an optic, I don't know, I probably wouldn't shoot this thing more than 150 yards. Got one flyer way up here. That was my fault again, but that's my 100 yards. And that's okay with iron sights. Let me give it the old coin test. That's not bad. And this spread, that's okay too. That can happen. If that was a moose, he's done. No question about it. All right, I'm going to start out with a little bit of bullseye. Then I'm going to do a little bit of muscle memory training. Then I'm going to start to pick things up a little bit. And then I'm going to do a lot of moving around and that type of stuff. Just see how it goes. I'm just going to have a nice relaxing, I'm not going to get too serious tonight. I'm just going to have a nice relaxing, fun evening on the range.
But that's how it goes. Oh! Millions of people living this throes. Maybe it's not too late. Love and forget how to hate. Mental wounds got healing, driving me insane. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. Come on!
Okay, I was saying that the this 22 is probably one of the best 22s. I think it's the best 22 you can buy. That's in this type of pistol. You know, outside of like a target pistol or something like that. This is absolutely a nice pistol. Now, it is Smith & Wesson, but if we look on the other side, we will see Karl Walter and made in Germany. So, like most of these, like most manufacturers, they subcontract the 22s out. SIG does the same thing, only SIG has the Mosquito in it. I don't think it's a very good 22. I think it's a piece of junk. But this thing is absolutely amazing. This thing just shoots and shoots and shoots, and it never, ever, hardly fails. Now, it does like good ammo. If you want your 22 pistol to operate correctly, CCI mini mags all the way. Actually, they're the best probably in any semi-automatic 22, whether it's a rifle, whether it's a pistol, doesn't matter. Those mini mags are really good ammo and they function really well. Here's the biggest mistake people make though with a 22. If you buy a 22, please, for the love of all that's holy, do not take this thing out to the range and shoot it until you take it, completely field strip it down, clean every bit of grease and oil off of it, because when they ship these things, they do coat the insides with grease and oil to protect it from corrosion. And if you take this out and shoot it, because 22 is inherently dirty, as soon as you do, these things are going to start gumming up, any 22. So the first thing you do, field strip it down, clean it completely, and only use just the required amount of lube that the manufacturer calls for. So on this one here, it's just a little drop here and there, wherever there's a couple of points where there's friction, and that's it. Just a couple of drops. That's all it takes, and this thing will function flawlessly. So, good ammo. Clean your gun before you use it. There's only one military unit that carries the Glock 20 in 10mm, and that is the Serious Patrol. They are Danish special forces, and man, I'll tell you what, watching them shoot the 10mm is just a real pleasure. Some of those guys are really good. Only unit to carry the 10mm. Oh, what a perfect night. Just beautiful. Perfect temperature. Great way to spend an evening. So, in other news, what do you guys think about what's going on? What do you guys think about what's going on in Seattle? Is that not crazy or what? I mean, this world is just getting crazier and crazier. I mean, first they were burning down the cities, and now you've got a bunch of communist anarchists have taken over 6 blocks of Seattle. I mean, what is going on there? And what's wrong with the mayor? I mean, she completely Looney Tunes. I mean, she's saying things like, they're exercising their First Amendment right and they're having a festival or some other foolishness. What Constitution is she reading? I mean, First Amendment? That I don't remember where that says you can do an armed takeover and create your own little micro country. What? I mean, I'm telling you, they need to go in there and clean those guys out. Just get it over with. Just do it. Bring the hammer down, and that won't happen again. But they let them go, and this is how things spread, right? You let it go, you let it go, and then these guys in other places, in other cities, they say, "Oh, okay, well, I can get away with that. I can get away with that. No problem at all." And it's just insane, and it spreads. No, you need to bring the hammer down and bring it down hard and fast, and put an end to that stupidity. Bunch of communists running around, running the city of Seattle, completely crazy. And the funniest part, the most ironic part about it, the first thing these idiots did, the first thing they did was they built a wall and they built a border around their little micro country and put up armed guards so nobody could get in and out. I thought they were all about open borders and everybody's free to come and go. Well, I guess not in their little micro country. I mean, isn't that ironic? First thing they did, build walls and made a border and put armed guards on it. Oh yes, my friends, these are crazy times we're living in. I don't know how this, the way 2020 is going, I don't know how it's going to end. But anyways, like I said a couple of videos ago, I have never been more thankful just to have, a place I can go. I have my off-grid cabin, and I'm just away from all of the craziness and all of the crazy people, and I don't have to put up with that stuff. And, anyways, I wish every one of you guys had a place you could go, and I know a lot of you guys do. I know a lot of guys watch my videos. You guys watch my videos and you comment, you have a camp somewheres or whatever. It's a good thing you do, man, because I think, you may need it. The way things are going, crazy. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Absolutely insane. Anyways, I'm getting out of here. The bugs are starting to pick up. They're getting bad. And beautiful evening. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys. It was just a night to get out on the range and have some fun. You guys take care. Stay safe. Leave me some comments below. And we'll see you next time.